But the part was rad. Souvenir. Got it done.
Thank you, sir.
Got it done, man.
Yeah, got it done.
Even with the rainstorms.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Rainstorms and a little help from Timmy. Yeah, it worked out.
And a flamethrower.
Flamethrower, help from Tim, tour van.
Extra
and
shirts.
And Leo Romero. Yeah,
Extra shirts to dry spots.
Where did you travel for that one? Just like kind of in the U.S. or?
Yeah, just like classic ghetto style. We were just like all over the U.S. and stuff. And then in California and stuff with Tim. And then like at the very end, there was like, I had 3 more weeks until the premiere. And then I filmed like the rest of my part, like on this trip that me and Leo did to like Texas. And where did we go? Texas? I think we just went to Texas.
You used to have people showing you around spots, or?
Yeah.
Well, because not a lot of people are skating the spots you're skating, though.
You got to search far and wide. To find
Are you the guy on tour that goes and somebody's skating one thing and they go and look for other shit around?
Not really.
No.
Corey Glick does that a lot.
Oh, he does?
But no, I don't. I normally just like with the spot guide or whatever, just like go through their stuff and like talk to them, and they're normally like, yeah, like you probably like this or whatever.
Right,
you know?
right.
But spot guides are like the most important thing in skateboarding.
Crucial.
Like those dudes are like help so much, and I don't feel like they get enough credit for like what they really do for skaters, you know?
Total. And especially if they're well organized.
Yeah.
If they got Polaroids of stuff or on their phone.
I've had that before where they're like, I have this like book, like I don't have anything.
Chris Ray
you're just
iPad.
like, that is so fucking badass.
It's rad, right?
No, yeah, it was sick.
If it's on your phone, what are you going to like pass around the phone to the whole van?
Yeah.
You know, you have a little Polaroid spot book printed out or something.
Yeah, for
fucking
sure.
perfect.
Wasn't there a skate app that people would use?
I think we still jump on there. I think I don't even know what's it. LA skate spots or something.
Oh, wow. That's
There's a couple
right.
different
It's like
ones.
Hollywood 16. You're like, fuck, I don't got any for it.
There was an app that Ty used to use. It was just a GPS app, and you could like type in notes and
You
do all
put
this.
in the photos.
Put in photos.
Miner had one of those too, but he had like the old, like what were they called? Those like the thing that before everyone had iPhones, you had like the navigational systems. But it like somehow had like spots in it.
Oh, you
it was,
could
like,
pin it.
Yeah, and it was like all of his like Stay Gold stuff. And I was actually with him when they were filming for Made One.
Okay.
And like something happened and Miner hit it and all of it just booted and was gone.
Yeah.
And he was like, what the fuck just happened?
I had
we
a
were, like, at
Magellan,
this
same
ditch.
thing, all the spots in it, and then
Gone.
Cargo
Miner
broke
was like,
into-
what just happened? And it was just like, it's fucked. And everyone was just like, I'm so happy I wasn't touching it then. Miner would have been like, fuck that. But
That's
that was
devastating.
That was pretty gnarly. He was like, what just happened? Because it was like, he was like, I have spots from like fucking up north and all this shit like in this. Because that was like the van they would take up north, you know, filming for Stay Gold.
So he would just have a little description, like bank to rail
Something
or
like
something.
that, yeah.
Oh.
Like I was always just like kind of in the van or whatever, but
Okay.
he had like pins to stuff like in there. So he would just like,
Why were you in the van though? It's just your buddies, and because you didn't skate for America back
no,
then.
yeah, I was on decline at that
Yeah.
time, but like I was like living with Leo and stuff, and then Leo introduced me to like Miner, and then me and Miner became like really good friends, and then
Okay.
like I was like friends with Colin and all those dudes, so like it kind of just was a natural thing for me to be in the van. Like I had gone on America trips while I was on decline, like because like Miner just like just jump in the van, and I was just like yeah for sure.
Were you secretly hoping that you would get on America jumping in the van?
Well, it
waiting
was
for your
kind of a
contract business.
thing where me and Leo had talked about it like a long time ago.
Okay.
And then it was just like, I was stoked on Decline, so I was just
Yeah.
kind of cruising.
Right.
And then when Decline died, it was like, oh shit, what am I going to do now?
Sure. But Decline died in like 2015 or something,
Yeah.
right? And then you just got on America
Yeah.
this year.
Yes.
So what did you do in the interim of that time?
In the middle of all that, it was kind of just, I was just like,
Free
what am
agent?
I doing? You know, like kind of trying to figure out. And I was like skating some other shoes from this other company, and things ended up like not panning out for that. But that was like during the time when I was filming for Oddity.
Oh.
So that was like a year of like skating just like shoes or whatever, you know, and then like nothing was really happening. And then I was just like, I just want to be wearing shoes that I want to skate. Like if this isn't working out, like
Right.
because I wanted to like just be stoked on what I look back on and be like, yeah, I'm wearing like the shoes I want to skate. And then what I always wanted to skate was the Americas. So it's like, that was what I was skating before I got on Decline, you know?
Gotcha. Okay.
So it was one of those things where I kind of just like, after that, I just put them, I went into like the closet and grabbed a pair of Leo shoes and started skating those. And then they were like, yeah, of course we'll give you shoes whenever.
Yeah.
But we don't know if we can do anything. And I was just like, all right, whatever, like that's fine. And then kind of like just started skating Americas. And then throughout that time, I was like, we started filming for Souvenir.
Yep.
And then I was like drinking a lot during that time and stuff. And I was just like, hanging out with Dixon and skating with John, and he had gone sober and
Okay.
like all this stuff. So I was just like, I'm 25. It's kind of time for me to like make a change or like just give up. So I was just like, I'm just going to try and not drink and film this video part. And then Leo was like always there, you know, and stuff. And Tim was already like helping me out a lot, filming for Souvenir.
Gotcha.
And then during that time, like when I was filming Souvenir, I went to a skate park with John, and I had an America sticker, and I was always afraid to like put it on. I just felt weird about it.
Sure.
Like I just had the nose stickers from like in the house, like Leo's nose stickers. And me and John went to the skate park together one day, and I was putting on a new board, and I had the nose sticker, and I was like, I don't know. And John's like, just put it on, dude. And I was just like, fuck, like, all right. And then like put the nose sticker on my board, and then after that, I just like kept running the nose sticker and was shooting an interview and stuff during that time, and like was doing all that. And during that time, like Leo was trying to get Tim in at Soltech to like be one of the filmers as well.
Oh,
So kind of like during that time, it all kind of started falling into place, and then it kind of just started to work out.
do you attribute you not drinking to all that stuff? Really, all that stuff happening?
Well, after I started drinking, it was kind of like
I mean, you're already on foundation. You're
Yeah.
already pro.
I was already
right?
pro, like
So
doing all this stuff.
Everything was
and, like,
good.
Yeah, like I was already doing all that stuff, but at the same time, it was like I knew I wasn't skating to my full potential, and I was like, I just needed a change in my life, and
Right.
I was like, well, I want to try this and kind of see what this does. It was
Sure.
more of just like a break. Like it was for during Souvenir. It was like, I think it was like 5 or 6 months left, and I was just like,
Now's the time.
now's the time for me to like, so I'm like, I'm 25, like what am I doing? Like, why am I wasting all this time? Like
Sure.
when I'm like, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a pro skater, and now I'm a pro skater, and now I'm like
Blowing it.
wasting time by drinking, like going to spots and being like, oh, I could skate it, but like I'm like hungover, or I'm fucking drinking beers or whatever, you know. And it's just like, I kind of was like mad at that aspect of like what I was doing, because I was just like, why am I wasting like the dream that I got, and like so lucky to be here, you know? Because it was always a thing where like I was always just like, I can't believe I'm a skateboarder, you know? Like it's like a luck
Oh
thing.
my
and you
God.
just get
You're in a
lucky.
different state. You're in a different country. And now you're not, like you said, you're drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
You're not taking advantage of.
What I could be doing, you
Exactly.
know? So it was a thing where I was like, all right, well, for all like my friends that wanted to be pro skaters and stuff, that work jobs that I talked to are always just like, you know how lucky you are, right? I'm like, I know, but
Yeah.
I'm just like doing this thing, like whatever. Like I'm like dealing with other stuff, and then I was just like, fuck that. Like I'm just gonna stop drinking for right now and see what happens. And then during that time, like filmed the rest of Souvenir, had an interview with like America stickers and all this stuff.
Okay.
And it kind of started becoming like more of a buzz of like, oh, like this dude's actually trying to like do it now.
Yeah.
And he's not like just like, because it wasn't like America was just going to hand it to me. So
You got to work for it.
Yeah.
yeah, and,
Yeah.
and for that as well, like that happening is like what helped push me to get to that next level. And like things like that, like things that are special take time, and you need to
Totally.
like be able to like discipline yourself and be like, okay, like do you want this enough to like
It
change
it
your
may be
life for it?
really difficult
Yeah.
at first, and then it just kind of. But you're right, though. I think a lot of skate. I mean, maybe we do take it for granted.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's
you,
easy to do.
You run, you skate in your whole life. You turn pro, and then you're kind of, you know,
Yes.
you're
Like-
numb to it, right? And then
Sometimes you feel like
Yeah.
you have nothing to work towards next, you know?
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, I'm chilling.
Well, you have so much like free
Also the
time as a pro
stress,
skate
too.
or as a skateboarder. Like every skateboarder knows, like you have so much time of
Oh
just
my
like
God.
fucking off and
Yeah.
doing whatever. It's like it's easy to fall into that like
Party mode.
That party mode because
Sure.
you're just like living on the weekend, and you're like basically skateboarders are just kids because most of us haven't really had jobs, you know. So it's like
Quit
You're this,
school.
yeah. I mean, I dropped out of school as well,
See?
like for skating, and it's like this thing where you're not really fully developed as like a person, you know. You're a person for sure, but like you don't know that like work ethic, and you don't know how lucky you really are
Totally.
to be
Yeah.
doing whatever you want. And like during that time you can start like drinking and just fucking off and doing whatever, and it's like you can lose yourself and lose like why you're there.
Well,
You're
before
there
you
to
know
be a
it, you're
skater.
lost.
Yeah, and you're like,
You don't
"Whoa,
even
what's going
realize
on?"
it.
Yeah,
Seriously.
And I was like, I'm 25. Like, what am I doing? Like, what do I want to like keep doing this until I'm like 28? And then F's like, yeah, you're not really doing anything. And I'm like, I'm off F. And it's like, okay, then I'm
What are you
back sitting at the bar where I was already sitting at as a pro skater, and just like
Looking at the
man,
one
I
ads.
fucked that up.
Looking at the
Yeah.
one ads for jobs.
Yeah, and you're just like, and then you don't have that like to look back on, and that's what skateboarding to me is, to like be able to do all this stuff in your youth, you know, and then look back and be like, cool, I gave that my all. And at that time, I wasn't giving it my all, and that's why I stopped drinking, so I can look back and be like, okay, I gave
You want to
skateboarding my all.
appreciate it. We can't skateboard forever.
No, you can't.
I mean, there's
And
some
that's the
lucky
scariest
ones.
thing.
There's some lucky ones that
Tony Hawk.
Okay, Tony for sure.
Yeah.
But for the average skateboarder, our time's limited.
Yeah,
you got to
for
take
sure.
advantage of it. I used to complain when I was on tours and stuff. I'm in France complaining. I'm
Yeah.
like, looking back, I'm like, what am I doing? I got to enjoy it. I'm in France or
Yeah.
wherever the hell I was.
No,
you
yeah,
know?
for sure.
Looking for
And it's
weed.
easy to lose that though, because it's like it's not your fault, you know. It's like you're just there.
You become numb to
Yeah,
it.
you're numb
it's
to
just-
like you're like, oh, I'm going to fucking Germany tomorrow. Like, yeah, it's rad. But it's like it's really like, holy fuck, like I'm going to Germany. Like this is fucking insane. Like
Yeah.
when you were a kid, you know, like if you were to go up to yourself, if I was to go up to myself when I was 12 years old in Arizona growing up skating, I would and be like, hey, you're gonna end up being a pro skater and traveling the world with like some of your best friends.
Seriously.
I'd be like, there's no way, dude.
Impossible.
Yeah, impossible. And now that you're there, you can become numb to it, you know, and then you're just like doing whatever. So that's the reason
Seriously.
why I was like I'm gonna take a break from drinking, and
It's
because I don't
amazing.
think drinking's like a bad thing. I don't think alcohol is a bad thing. I think that you can become like a certain thing from drinking, and like some people need to like realize that and be like, oh, like I'm kind of blowing it. You know what I mean?
Right,
totally.
right.
And that's like that's what it is to me, and that's why it's like I'm not like I'm gonna be sober forever. It's more of just like I'm just taking a break right now and finding myself.
Kind of anything in moderation.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. And
It's-
that's what I want to be able to do. Like, I want to be able to have a beer with my dad or like
Yeah.
have a cocktail like at dinner and be like, okay, that's it. Instead of being like, I need the fucking bottle. Like, give me the bottle and let's go like burn the night to the ground. You know what I mean?
Sure,
And
right.
And it's easy to do.
You want to enjoy a beverage,
Yeah.
but you don't want to go off the deep end. You don't want
Yeah.
to go crazy.
So that's what this whole thing is right now for me. Is just like a learning curve of like
Sure.
finding myself, and like once I feel like something's different, I'll be like, okay, I can like
It's amazing.
have a cocktail or like
amazing.
whatever.
How long has this been going on for now?
I've been sober since or not drinking for like 17 months or something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool, man.
So all of
17?
26, I was sober.
You said it like a baby. You know, like they say, oh, how old is he? 17 months.
He's 17 months. I don't know. That's beautiful.
Well, it's cool to see what you've accomplished in that time.
I
so.
know,
Thank you very much.
dude.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
So, yeah.
It's amazing.
Just want to skate, you know. I don't know.
Hey, like we were saying, take advantage of it now.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's the thing
You
that
got
like,
a lot of good
a lot of
things.
people will lose and like become bitter from skateboarding, and that's such a sad thing to see, you know, because like that's the thing that we all like loved the most when we were kids, and we've made a careers out of it. It's like, and to think that that could become like a bitter thing, it's like that's the worst thing that could ever happen.
Not totally.
I know. How could you're bitter at something you love?
Yeah, and that's like the worst because like you're always
Because
a
you
skateboarder,
made
you
a
know.
job and it became stressful.
It's like, yeah, it's fucking gnar.
I mean, there's all kinds. Yeah.
Yeah, so stuff like that. It's like that's like the stuff that was like, okay, like I'm gonna do this.
But Raj is right, though. It does get stressful. You know, it is. It
sure
does turn
stressful.
into a job.
Oh,
you know,
for
you're
sure.
living your dream. You're a pro skateboarder, this and that, and you're like, well, yeah, I got magazine shoot. I got video. I got this. It's raining every day. I can't go film from fucking video part. We got flamethrowers on the session. You know, it can become.
No, yeah. Like right now, it's becoming that for me because like now it's like okay, I have like 6 more weeks or something to film for this America video, and last weekend was the last deadline for my interview, and I'm just like I was like losing my fucking mind.
Is that crazy?
And then now I still am because I'm like, okay, like I need to like get a last trick. I need to fucking get this stuff. I need to finish this stuff. I'm in this video with John Dixon, like he's the best skater in the world. What the fuck am I doing? Oh my God. And that's like insane, but it's like I'm stoked because I have something to push for, you know?
Of course.
Yeah.
But it's still like, this is gnar. And people don't know that. Like
People don't.
Some skaters are so good, I don't feel like they even care. They're just like, they're so good. I'm just like, I need to like work so hard. I fucking suck at this. I get better.